Andy, last time we chatted about TNS Women, you were bringing the squad together. Up to date now, how's it coming along?
Looking really good, Stuart. Really pleased with where we've got to from the start point of where we're at. We've got the squad pretty much set now, maybe one or two late additions, but if we take anybody from here now, of course they're not going to be registered in time for the season starter, so we're fairly circumspect with the position that we're in at the moment, and happy to work with the girls that we've got.
And you've played a couple of friendlies as well. Worcester City, that was a 2-0 defeat, but a victory against Llanfair last Sunday.
Yeah, I mean, what I would say there, Stuart, is we're bang on track. You know, it is obviously very difficult to pull a team together where the players have come from different clubs and different situations and sort of bed them in with the principle to play very, very quickly. So we weren't too worried about the Worcester game. Obviously, that was more about fitness for us and sharpness and getting those sort of miles and minutes into the legs. Then we followed that up this weekend, but the pleasing thing from my aspect is the sort of differential between the two performances. So anybody that watched the two games will tell you the first game was really bitty, rather fragmented, whereas this weekend there was real progress. Just in another sort of 8 days' time, real progress in the cohesion, the patterns of play, and just the quality of the play. So yeah, we're fairly happy at the moment.
And of course, with the girls coming from a variety of backgrounds, most of them meeting each other for the first time, you must be pleased with the fact that it has moved along so quickly.
Yeah, and again, if we just go back to the learning, you know, they all come with different styles of play that they've played with different teams before. So we've got to, you know, formulate our own plans and our own principles and bed that in. You know, whether it's building out from the back or whether it's defending in the middle part of the pitch. So we've been working heavily on that. That's all coming together. The cohesion is certainly there, but the girls have gelled it really well, and we've sort of implored that as a main principle of this team, that socially we need to be absolutely watertight, you know, in terms of the, I guess the what is it that they say, the sum of the parts is greater than the whole sort of thing. You know, we know that. So we're really pleased with how they've responded to us and how we're sort of supporting each other through the difficult moments.
And there is one more pre-season friendly to come this weekend against Connors Quay. How will you approach that, Andy, as the manager? Will you still be experimenting to some extent, or will you have one eye on the start of the league and you'll be trying to cement your starting 11 in place?
Yeah, it's a really good question. I think ideally we would maybe like another friendly or two. We've got 3, we have to go with 3. So I think at this late stage now, it's pretty much having your ideas set and going with those. Obviously the big thing again is match minutes. We've got to get players on the pitch because, you know, they will tell you the only way that you get fit is actually by playing. You can do a million sessions, and obviously within the gym, they're all working hard here, they can do as much of that, but it's nothing like playing.
I was going to mention the gym actually, because that's where we are right now at Park Hall. How important is it for you, and of course the other staff, that the girls do have access to the facilities such as we've got here?
Well, it's a professional sort of, in inverted commas, a professional league, isn't it? It's the national league, so we've got to equip them in every sense ready to perform at the highest level. Everybody will tell us that, you know, if you're not physically at it in this league, you're going to get found out. So again, that's something that we've been talking to them about. We've been working with them on, with our strength and conditioning coach as well, making sure that they've got their running programs, making sure that they've got their strength programs, making sure that they understand which elements of their own conditioning that they need to put more energy into. Because again, you know, we're a fairly young side. You know, I don't think there's any hiding away from that. So we know that some of the more established teams are going to have that baseline physical sort of start point much higher than us. So we're playing catch up in that sense. So yeah, in answer to your question, it's very important.
And also in terms of importance, this evening we've had a photo shoot for the girls as well. How good and valuable is that for them to be recognised in that way?
Well, we want to be transformational in everything that we're doing. We want to put this name of this team and this club on the map, and that's all part and parcel of it in terms of sort of their growth and their development as individuals. We want to expose them to different opportunities that maybe they've not had before. That will include obviously a simple thing like a photo shoot showing, you know, respect and humility in front of the camera, but also beyond that is the social media aspect, the marketing, the commercial aspect of the club, getting the name, getting the brand out there, and the players being the face of, you know, this team. So in order to do that, we've obviously got to go through this square tonight and get everybody's headshots. So yeah, it's a little bit of fun, it's a bit of a giggle, they're enjoying themselves. Good start to tonight's session.
Photo shoots, interviews, friendlies, training. The rubber hits the road though when we host Pontypridd at home.
It does, you know, but this is a process, isn't it, for us? We recognise where our starting point has been and where we are at the moment. We're under no illusions on how difficult that game just in isolation is going to be. We're under no illusions on how difficult the start of the season is for us, and trying to get going and start to accumulate some points and put some performances together. But, you know, we're not worrying and we're not panicking about anything. We'll take it every game as it comes, and we'll just move from week to week. As long as we're seeing growth each week and we're moving forward in the short term, we'll be happy. It's more sort of like a 3-year, 5-year plan, this, and where we want to be, you know. So when we're standing here in, say, 2024, 2025, the conversation is going to be a whole lot different than it is now today. So of course it's important because it's match day one, it's the start of a new era, it's the start of a new league. We obviously want to do ourselves proud, do the club proud, and be a credit to everybody. The one thing that we can guarantee is we will enjoy it and we will give our best.
It's a brand new start for TNS, of course, and a step into the Welsh system. How do you, as the manager, go about in terms of preparation, finding out about the opposition?
Well, I think, you know, there are different avenues, aren't there? Social media and internet, written press, etc., YouTube and so on. You know, we will treat it like we would whether you were in the Premier League, the WSL, or you know, an international team. We'll do our research, we'll get as much information and as much intelligence on the opposition that we possibly can. We will prepare accordingly. But most managers will tell you, you know, the majority of the work is all about you, all about the qualities that you possess, both individually and collectively as a team. We will be working hard to accentuate those qualities that we possess, with obviously the opposition and their qualities in mind, and having to counteract any sort of, I guess, real strengths that they've got. But we will be as prepared as we possibly can be, not only for match day one but for every single game.